Today is Friday, October 11th, and according to Miguel Garcia, nobody fears the Royals, but the Yankees just took the ALDS against the Royals. Between the bases starts right now. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to an episode of Between the Bases podcast. My name's Noke. Alongside me is Mo, and we're feeling good today because the New York Yankees just took the ALDS against the Kansas City Royals. They're moving on to the ALCS, a place to become quite familiar with in the past couple years. Mo, how are you doing?
Doing great. Always exciting. It's exciting, man. See Yankees move on. Just a great series by the pitching, by the starters and relievers, especially relievers. Also talk about later. 0 earned runs given up from the relievers. Starters are solid too. Cole again. He wasn't so great at game 1, but he made adjustments. Game 4 totally shut them down. Just an encouraging series in some ways. Some ways stuff we need to work on, but so it's exciting to see them move on always.
Yeah, totally agree with everything you said. The Yankees stepped up, and I don't think they played their best baseball. I think this wasn't the Yankees team that I think wins a lot of games. I think that if I would have told you that maybe in August that the Yankees would play like this, you'd say, oh, they're losing the playoff series, but they won the playoff series, which is good. And I think that really starts in game 1 of the series. In game 1, they won a game that we've become too accustomed to seeing the Yankees lose earlier this year. They were making stupid base mistakes, base path mistakes. They were making stupid errors. The pitching was kind of crumbling, and credit to them, they continue working. So, what are your thoughts on game 1 of the series?
I completely disagree with what you said. I think if the Yankees get walked, how many did they get walked? 9 times?
I think they got walked 11 times. No,
11
not
times. Got walked 11 times. They're not just scoring 6 runs. I thought it was pathetic offensive performance in game 1. Pathetic. It was not like, in the regular season they're losing that game. The regular season they're crushing the Royals in that game. Judge is not going over. What do you go for? 0 for 4 that game? 0 for 5?
Judge got 2 hits the whole series. So
yeah, I think it was 0 for 4, 0 for 5 that game. Whatever. He was 0 for. In the first inning when they had 2 men on, nothing from Judge. Regular season they're scoring at least 10 runs in that game, but they won, so that's what matters in them.
Yeah, and I'm not going to talk about game 1. I already talked about you covered all the points here. I think one key reason they won this series was they kind of got to Lugo and Reagans. They kind of worked at the pitch counts and got to the bullpen. Granted, they didn't win game 2, the Reagans game, but they won the Lugo game. And I think one of my keys to the game, we didn't say it on the podcast, one of my keys to the game of winning this series, but you have to get to the bullpen. The last time we played the Royals in September, you kind of said, we feast on the Royals bullpen. We don't really feast on the pitching, on the starting pitching, but we feast on the bullpen, and that was the key. Yankees had to get to the bullpen in both those games, so I thought they did a great job on that. I think both getting out before the end of the 5th inning, so that was kind of cool to see. And in the later rounds in the ALCS and the World Series, we have an MVP, but in the ALDS there is no series MVP. So we're just gonna give our pick for DS MVP. Who is your DS MVP?
Giancarlo Stanton, amazing series from Stanton. He totally carried the offense, especially in games 3 and 4. Hit well over 350, I believe. Had that big home run in game 3. Stole a base in game 3, but he really carried the offense. And I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty doubtful about Stanton in the playoffs. I thought he was like completely overrated in the playoffs, and he was gonna be horrible. But he proved me wrong for now. So it was just overall great series from Giancarlo Stanton.
I'm going to go my ALDS MVP. I'm going to give it to the ace of the team, the leader, the second highest paid player on the team, whatever you want to call him. I call him my horse, my ace, Garrett Cole. Obviously, his first start was kind of shaky. We kind of
you can't give it to him.
Kind of like, oh, what are we doing here, Cole? It's not what we paid you for. But last night, we really needed him to show up because if they would have lost that game and they would have had to face Reagans on Saturday night in the Bronx, things could have gone and ended up in a bad place because Rodon was pitching. But granted, Cole, he stepped up last night. He gave us what we wanted. 7 innings, 1 earned run. Obviously gave up a few hard hit balls, but the wind was coming in that game. So, no one was really going to hit a homer that game. You would have had to hit one a ton. Maybe Giancarlo Stanton would have hit a homer, but you saw MJ Melendez put a good swing on one yesterday and almost got one over. But there was wind. If there was no wind, that ball would have gone over, and we'd be sitting here talking about a different point of this game. Oh, the Yankees, come on, they blew this game. But no, we're talking about the wind here. It's all the wind, and I think Garrett Cole pitched great yesterday.
Yeah. But I don't know. I disagree with that just because of game one. MVP of a series needs to be successful throughout the series.
Yeah, that's a 4-game series. Come on. Another thing in this series that I want to talk about is the bullpen. Garrett Cole and Luke Weaver have been unbelievable this playoffs. Clay Holmes. Let's start with Clay Holmes. What did you see with Clay Holmes in this series?
Trusting his sinker more. He's horrible when he just goes away from that sinker. It's like Chapman when he would go away from his fastball and just throw breaking ball. So that's what spelled his downfall with the Yankees when he was just not trusting the fastball. Same thing was happening with Clay Holmes. But I don't know. He became more confident with the sinker. He's starting to throw it more often than he was throwing a slider. Which for a point in this year, he was throwing a slider more than a sinker, which was just horrible. I think that's the main thing for me. He's just trusting his sinker more.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think when he started struggling this year, it's because he was throwing that slider a lot, and that slider kind of is hit. It's not hit hard. So, and that when Clay Holmes gets the other hitters to hit the ball hard, that's when he really succeeds. Obviously the little dribblers, the weak ground balls, those falling for hits, but the hard hit balls, they don't fall in for hits. It's kind of weird. It's kind of the opposite with Clay. And I think Clay pitched every single game this series, 5 innings pitched, no earned runs. And he pitched amazing. He has a 0 ERA in the playoffs in his career. I think 9 games started, 9 innings pitched, something like that. And he's really stepped up. The Yankees were booing him. They were sending him death threats. The Yankees were turning on Clay Holmes. Clay Holmes, people were saying, "Oh, he shouldn't be on the playoff roster." He stepped up. 5 innings. He pitched in all 5 games. Pitched in all 4 games series, and he pitched amazing. So Clay Holmes, to my mind, to applause. And now let's talk about the closer of this Yankee team. It's not Clay Holmes. He was moved. The Weave Dog, Luke Weaver.
Love Luke Weaver. Love watching him pitch. He's a small guy. He doesn't look intimidating at all, but once he gets on the mound, it's just consistency and dominance from him. He's trusts all his pitches, uses all of them. The changeup last night was disgusting. His fastball, as always, is thrown with command in corners of the zone and at high velocity, and it just looks unhittable. Striking a lot of guys out. People aren't hitting the ball hard off him. He just looks overall great. I love having him as a closer. Really, Boone made the right choice putting him as closer over Holmes or Canley or Cousins or anything. Weaver was the right choice.
Yeah, and I love his energy that he brings to this team. His post game quotes are hilarious. He's a vibes guy. He pitches well. He's everything you could have wanted from a closer. And I think something he does really well that Carlos Rodon doesn't do is that he controls his emotion. He doesn't dump all his adrenaline out in one inning. Like if something good happens before the end of the game, he doesn't dump it all out. He waits. What?
Rodon was dominant in his 2 innings in the first.
Yeah, and then he dumped it all out, the adrenaline, instead of waiting, and then he crumbled after that.
Which is 2 innings max.
He doesn't control his adrenaline. Clay Holmes controls his adrenaline.
Horrible.
What?
Cannot compare the two.
Carlos Rodon pitched bad. If you want to sit here and tell me Carlos Rodon pitched good, then so be it. He did not pitch good. He pitched horrible.
You're talking about Weaver not emptying all his adrenaline in the beginning. He only pitches an inning, maybe 2 innings sometimes. What?
All right, he's the closer. He's supposed to pitch an inning.
Exactly.
The weak dog. He's the weak dog.
He goes full throttle the whole inning, as he should.
He's the weave dog. You just got to put a little pulp in that. The weave dog. One last thing I want to talk. Actually, two more things I want to talk about in the series. Anthony Volpe looked really well in the series. Looked really good. I thought his approach in the plate looked well. He took a lot of walks. You can see that a lot in the regular season. And I thought he had some really good swings on baseball. So what'd you see from Anthony Volpe this series?
Exactly what you said. Just not chasing, not pressing too much. Had some hard hit balls, had some base hits. Looked like Anthony Volpe against the Houston Astros at the beginning of the year, which is the Anthony Volpe we want to see.
Yeah, I don't think it's a stretch to say he's the second best hitter in this series. I don't think it was. I think it's him, Stanton.
No, I think that is a stretch. I think Soto and Gleyber were both better than him, but he hit well. He hit well.
All right, here's the topic that Yankee fans didn't want to talk about this series. Obviously, the captain did not play well. He's the
Yeah.
captain. He's the reason we're out here. He didn't play
The
well.
last two games, he's putting much better swings on the ball. He got a bit unlucky in game three, with that line out in the first inning where he had 115, and then he had two flyouts that game. It was just at the end of the bat where like if he hits that ball like a few centimeters like more barrel, that thing's going like 450 feet. Like he's just missing it. And then last night he roped that double off Lucas Ursag 99 mile an hour fastball. And the swings have looked good in the last three games, and it gives you confidence that against whoever the Yankees play in the LCS, that he'll be able to contribute.
I mean, just think
Into,
about it this way: the Yankees didn't need Aaron Judge this series. They didn't need him. You know, they won without him. I think if he gets hot, the rest of the four teams left, or
yeah,
the rest of the three teams left, they've got to be scared, man. He's Aaron Judge, best player in baseball. And if he gets hot, this Yankee team gets hot. So that's exciting to see down the stretch. Um, Another topic I want to talk about today is we didn't see Jason Dominguez at all. Is that a concern for you? You think that's just Verdugo playing well? Verdugo didn't play that well though.
yeah. Verdugo is so overrated. I was like, Verdugo play. Well, no, he didn't. He sucks. I hate Verdugo. But I got to root for him. So I guess postseason you need the defense. So therefore, honestly, I kind of want them to stick with Verdugo. So I didn't expect to really see Dominguez at all this series. And Ben Rice too. Didn't see either of them, but I think that's expected. They're just on the
I don't think
yeah.
Ben Rice was there. I don't think he's going to play at all. I think
Yeah, of
Dominguez
course
is.
expected that they weren't going to play.
I think Dominguez is going to start at least one game in the LCS, and I
Why?
think
Why would Dominguez start again?
because I don't think they read out Verdugo every game. I just don't. I think if Verdugo has another game like he did last night, I don't think they read him out. I think they put Dominguez in,
They do.
and I don't think Rice is playing
He
because I
had some
think
really nice plays in the outfield. He had a big catch when Holmes was pitching, where it looked like it was easy base hit. He got a great jump on it and caught that ball. It's not like a flashy play, but that's a great play by Verdugo. And like you can't have those errors happen. But if they do run out Dominguez, I'm not gonna be mad because I'm a Verdugo hater. But
yeah, but
hopefully Verdugo fix it up.
I also don't think they play Rice at first. I think they're platooning.
No, they're not gonna play
I
right.
think they're
That's
platooning
what's like.
Oswaldo and Birdie. Birdie's looked really well this series. I like Birdie's at bats.
Mm-hmm.
And our last topic of the day. Obviously, I think come back to bite us because we won the series. But Jazz Chisholm, he's kind of been yapping the whole series. You know, kind of say, "Oh, we're winning the World Series. Oh, this is our series. Oh, the Royals got lucky." Come on, buddy. If you want to hit, you can hit. Then you could talk your talk. You didn't play well this series, and then you
Yeah,
sparked the fight with Miguel Garcia. Like, come on, Jazz. Come on, just stop talking. Like, you're not hitting the ball well.
to be fair, he has more of a right to talk than Michael Garcia because he's
All right, Miguel Garcia, the number 9 hitter.
bottom player in baseball. I'm not totally against the talking. Yes, I want him to shut up, but they need some energy and confidence. I feel like that Chisholm brings. Yes, he needs to be like tamed a bit and like chill a bit and be more humble. But like, hopefully, like this help him play better. I don't know.
Like I could see it because like Josh Chisholm's definitely the type of guy to feed off the booze, saying it so that the Royals fans boo him. But he didn't perform. He just didn't. He went. How many hits did he get this series? One.
Get that home run. No,
he had that home run. Mr. Low Leverage over here. He had that home run. Yeah.
Hitting game one.
Yeah. To call the Royals.
He was the game-winning run in game one, so not really low leverage, but.
to call the Royals and say that they're unlucky is kind of crazy because if they would have won that series and you would have called them unlucky, it doesn't matter. You're still out. You're still out of the playoffs. Look, that didn't happen.
They didn't. Jazz knew they won it. He knew they were lucky, so they were.
I mean, and then our last, I guess Miguel Garcia. Like
you're the
9th. What?
One more last topic, guys.
No, this is part of the Jazz Chisholm topic.
Oh, it's part of the Jazz Chisholm topic. Okay.
Miguel Garcia, stop. Come on, you're the number 9 hitter in the lineup. That's worse than Jazz Chisholm talk. You're the 9th hitter on that Kansas City Royals offense.
He's like Verdugo with bad defense. That's
yes, and then that late slide when he's clearly out to spark something with Volpe. I mean, Volpe almost got punched in the face there. Like
Volpe was like Volpe didn't care. Volpe just like tapped him on the back and was like.
Like Miguel Garcia, you're the 9th hitter. If you went to Yankee Stadium, you would have got booed, and you're the 9th hitter. What are you trying to do? Get beat up by Yankee fans over here? You could have risked it. Look at what happened to Miles Straw. We don't care. If you say something bad about us, if you try to start messing with us, we'll boo you. You'll end up in the same place as Miles Straw in the minors leagues right now.
Miles Straw. Yeah.
Obviously the Tigers play the Guardians tomorrow. Who do you think they'll play? The Tigers or Guardians? And slash, who do you want to play?
I want to play Tigers. I don't want to have Class A. Just
I
Class A
agree.
team.
I think
I think
that,
the Guardians are the better team. I'd rather play Tigers for sure.
and I think only facing Scuba twice. I don't think they can ride out the bullpen games that much longer in a 7-game series. I don't think it's going to work.
Yeah.
Especially when you get later into the postseason, think their arms are gonna get worn out. So I think that's gonna do it today for Between the Bases. Thank you for joining. Remember to like and subscribe. The Yankees got an easy path to the World Series. So let's finish it. Between the Bases is out. Let's go Yankees.
Roll.